Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 30th of December 2023. It is a National Bakun Day, National Bicarbonate of Soda Day, Kavanza Festival of Winter Works. In Indian history, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose hosts India's first flag of independence in Port Blair on this day. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that South Africa files ICJ case accusing Israel of genocidal acts in Gaza. South Africa also says that Israel has been acting with a request specific intent to destroy Palestinians in Gaza as part of the border Palestinian National Racial and Ethical Group. Destroyed buildings in Gaza Strip as seen from the southern Israel. The army is battling Palestinian militants across Gaza in the war ignited by Hamas. The Hindu newspaper also states that United Nations could halt humanitarian flights in Niger for lack of funding. The United Nations and the World Food Programme on Friday warned that a lack of funding could lead to the imminent suspension of humanitarian flights in COP hit Niger, where 4.3 million people are in need of aid. The United Nations Humanitarian Air Service (UNHAS) could be suspended imminently due to lack of funding. The United Nations Humanitarian Response Agency (OCHA) and the WFP said in a joint statement. The Hindu newspaper also states that budget session, the only window to ensure implementation of CAA ahead of 2024 polls. The rules for the Citizenship Act would have to be notified by January 31st, 2024 for the act to implement it before the general elections. Citizens hold a placard during a protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA in New Delhi. There's 1 month window for the Citizenship Amendment Act to be implemented before the next budget session, which is expected to start on February 1st, 2024, a senior government official said on December 29. Once the Model Code of Conduct kicks in, legislative works such as notifying the rules of CAA by publishing them in the official gazette cannot take place, and per norms, all rules are to be mandatorily tabled before the parliament. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that ULFA faction signs peace agreement. Amit Shah hails it as a golden day for the Assam. ULFA Shah said has also agreed to vacate all camps occupied by its armed cadres, engage in the peaceful democratic process established by law, and maintain the integrity of the country. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, and Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bala, with a member of the United Liberation Front of Assam, during a signing of peace accord between ULFA and the central and Assam governments in New Delhi on Friday. Indian Express also states that people may see me as a Pashtun native, first Hindu woman to contest from Pakistan's Burner, says her religion not factor in polls. Delivering her first election speech on Wednesday, speaking in both Pashto and Urdu, she urged the youth to be vote for development. She is the daughter of the Dr. Om Prakash, a native of Burner and a member of Pakistan People's Party. Indian Express also states that artificial intelligence Khalistani groups on agenda for DGP's meet. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to attend the conference, which will be hosted by the Intelligence Bureau at the Rajasthan International Center (RIC) in Jalandhar from January 5 to 7. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Canada-based Babar Khalsa's Lakhbir Singh Landa declared terrorist by MHA. The Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) on the Friday declared Canada-based gangster and Babar Khalsa International (PKI) leader Lakhbir Singh Landa an individual terrorist under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act (UAPA). Canada-based gangster and Babar Khalsa International (BKI) leader Lakhbir Singh Landa News also states that NHRC issues notices to Delhi Chief Secretary or others on quality of medicines. According to the official document assessed by HT, and sometimes 43 samples of 5 drugs were picked up during a random inspection on July 24 and 25 at the Delhi's government Lok Sabha Hospital, Institute of Human Behavior and Elder Sciences and Deen Dayal Upadhyay Hospital. The National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) has taken suo motu as cognizance of some substandard medicines being allegedly used in Delhi government hospitals and mohalla clinics, and issued notices to Delhi's Chief Secretary, Drug Controller General of India, and the Police Commissioner seeking a detailed report within the 4 weeks, the Commission said in a statement on Friday. The Times also states that Russia fires 122 missiles, 36 drones. Ukraine says biggest area of war. Russia launched 122 missiles and a score of drones against the Ukrainian targets, officials said Friday, killing at least 20 civilians across the country in what an Air Force officials said was the biggest aerial barrage of the war. And Air Force Commander Mykola Oleshchuk wrote on his official Telegram channel that it was the most massive aerial attack since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, expected to comfortably achieve over 6.5% growth for financial year 2024 on sustained momentum in economy, finance ministry says. On the inflation front, the DEA said that the headline inflation outlook is on a declining trend given the stable downward movement in the core inflation and continuing deflation in a fuel inflation, notwithstanding the temporary disruptions from the high food prices. The growth momentum witnessed by the Indian economy in the July-September quarter is likely to continue in October-December and even in January-March, and it is expected to comfortably achieve a growth rate of 6.5% for the year 2023-24. As for the India's external sector, the DEA sees the outlook as promising. Markets gain up to 20% in 2023. The benchmark Sensex and Nifty gained around 18.74% and 20.03% during the year 2023 calendar year. After a 5-day rally, domestic markets declined on a last trading day of the year but ended 2023 on a settler note. The benchmark Sensex and Nifty gained around 18.74% and 20.03% during the year 2023. The anticipation of the political stability in the upcoming national poll in 2024 and a positive market outlook are supportive factors sector-wise. Auto and FMCG outperformed in an expectation of revival in demand, while the IT sector underperformed due to the profit booking. India's overall exports to Australia remain little changed after the trade pact. The slight fall was largely caused due to the lower value of petroleum products exports, which account for over 50% of the value of India's exports to Australia. Australia said that the most of the industrial exports to India have jumped by around 30%, with the pharmaceuticals, woods and paper and cochlear implants seeing most gains. Going towards the world news, including Pakistan confirms India asked to extradite Mumbai attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed. United States Air Force said its nuclear missile capsules are safe, but toxic dangers lurk, documents show. Pakistan court dismisses a petition against the former prime ministers, including Nawaz Sharif, in a Toshkhana case. Canadian police launched probe into a firing at a residence of Indian origin person in Surrey. China amends criminal law to punish bribe gravers. Russia fires 122 missiles, 36 drones. Ukraine calls it biggest aerial barrage of war. Going towards the science and technology, SpaceX Falcon Heavy launched a secretive United States military plane. A SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launched with the Pentagon's secretive X-37B experimental spacecraft on Friday. A SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launching USSF-52 to orbit from Florida. India inside the news industry, uneasy negotiations with open artificial intelligence. The curtain on those negotiations was pulled back this week when the New York Times sued open artificial intelligence and Microsoft for the copyright infringement, alleging that the companies used its content without permission to build artificial intelligence product. The New York Times office in Manhattan. For months, some of the biggest players in the United States media industry have been confidential talks with open artificial intelligence on a tricky issue: the price and the terms of the licensing their content to the artificial intelligence company. Is this a JPEG killer? Decoding HEIF, the image format that cuts a photo size in half. HEIF boosts compression while allowing non-destructive editors. Here's why it is better and how you can start using it. The promising HEIF format can store twice as many images using half the storage of JPEG. At last, there is a famous quotation by a famous scientist, Albert Einstein, whose birth anniversary is 14 March 1879 after 18 April 1955, was a German-born theoretical physicist who is widely held to be one of the greatest and most influential scientists of all time, best known for developing the theory of relativity. Einstein also made important contribution to quantum mechanics and was thus a central figure in the revolutionary reshaping of scientific understanding of the nature that modern physics accomplished in the first decades of the 20th century. His mass energy equivalence formula is equal to mc squared, which arises from relativity theory, has been called the world's most famous equation. He has received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his service to the theoretical physics and especially his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. His work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. In a 1999 poll of 130 leading physicists worldwide by the British Journal Physics World, Einstein was ranked the greatest physicist of all time. His intellectual achievements and originality have made the word Einstein broadly synonymous with the genius. Einstein says a famous quotation. He says that great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Okay, thank you.